Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. It's bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Let's talk about this battle between good and evil. We've talked about this before. I want to talk a little bit about it again. I want to talk about evil. Let's talk about evil. A lot of people feel like they're engaged in this battle between good and evil, this eternal battle, this biblical battle, this political battle. You know, we believe that we should separate church and state in this country until people start talking about this type of stuff. And then you guys get awfully biblical, and we're supposed to be talking about politics, and all you want to do is talk about some holy war between God and the devil. And you voting for Biden or voting for Trump is somehow a part of that. If you want to fight evil, you have to know what it is. If you want to fight evil, you have to dedicate your life to it. It's blood in, blood out. You choose a side. When you choose a side, you're part of that team. And you don't get to just walk away because you're bored or you hit a different season in your life. Oh, I used to be really heavily into that, but not anymore. You don't get to walk away. Because evil won't let you. Once you've been targeted by the enemy, you're marked for life. The enemy doesn't forget. I know a guy who sobered up, left the gangs. He was down in Santa Monica, 17th Street, Santa Monica. Good homeboy. He was walking down Pico near Santa Monica College. And they got a little hood over there. He was on his way to an AA/NA meeting to give a talk, and he was invited to give a talk because of his journey in life. And he had changed his life drastically and become very well known in the community, just the local community, for being a mentor, that kind of thing. He had been engaged with groups like La Raza, Barrios Unidos, these types of outreach groups, and became very well known in the outreach community. And that used to be real strong. There used to be a lot of guys that would leave the gang world and then make a conscious effort, whether it be through charity or a church, to go back into those areas to help people. And it's a very honorable, dangerous thing to do. Long story short, well, homeboy, he was walking down Pico Boulevard, out in front of Santa Monica College, on his way to the meeting to give a talk. And this was maybe 2 years after he had left that life. He was officially out, if you can be out, if there is a way out. So you know it. You already know. Maybe I'm talking too slow. You know what happened. They rolled up on him, drive-by shooting, murdered him, killed him. And it was sad because he changed his life. He left. He was helping people. And some old enemies, they said, you know, I don't care. I don't care if you got your life together. Nobody cares what you're fucking doing. You're part of this. Oh, you think you walk away? You think you just walk away? You can never walk away. And it's the same with this battle of good and evil that you guys want to be involved in. If you get involved in this, you can never stop it. Once evil has you on the list as an enemy, they're going to target you forever. You may fight them into the next life, forever, for eternity. It's an eternal battle. And you wanted to be a part of it. So, there's a warning. Beware of what you're getting involved in. Because this is big shit. It's bigger than just the politicians you're voting for. You pull the lever, place your vote, your politician wins, and you think you won the battle of good and evil. It's not over. It's eternal. So what is evil? Evil is the Holocaust. Evil is Hitler. What's evil? Evil is what? Your ex-wife? Evil gets to be so subjective. You start pointing at anything you don't like as evil. We can look at evil as wickedness, deceit, malevolence, preying upon innocence, not caring about what happens to people, stepping over people, crushing people's necks. We can look at a lot of different instances of evil and say it clearly exists. That's clearly evil. Killing a baby, clearly evil. And I think everybody agrees with that unless we talk about abortion. And then killing a baby all of a sudden becomes less evil. Or maybe it's a good thing. It's a wonderful liberation. It's the best thing that ever happened to her was when she got that abortion, right? I don't know anybody who's ever said that, but there's definitely two sides to that argument. And what are they arguing about? A medical procedure? The life of the mother? Or are they talking about good and evil? Evil is so hard to define, but I want to define it down to one word and make it very clear what it is. Because that's the way my mind works. I like to make things very clear. I get annoyed with subjectivity. And people always with this loophole. Well, that may be the definition, except for when it's not. It just gets so tiring. So let's settle on a definition of evil. What is evil? Evil is fear. Now you have to unpeel that onion and get to the root. Sure, you could say wickedness. What's at the root of wickedness? Why do people become wicked? What's the cause of wickedness? The motivation for being wicked? I'm not talking about what happens to the victims of the wicked. I'm talking about to the person who's wicked. How did he get that way? What's going on in that little mind of his? What's the motivation? What's the plan, Sam? What's going on with you? Fear. If you were to sit down with a very wicked person, even Hitler, and have a therapy session if it was possible, you might have to have 2 or 4 or 6. But once you got through some of the bullshit, that motherfucker would be sitting there crying, telling you how afraid he is. How afraid he is to die. How afraid he is that his mother's going to die. Just basic fears. That's at the root of every bully, of every tyrant, of every psychopath. Is fear. The motivation for evil is always fear. What's the opposite of fear? The opposite of fear is love. God is love. You add another O, good is love. The definition of good, let's reduce it down to an objective quality and not be subjective about it. Well, this is good and that's good, and if it's good for you, it's not, forget all that shit, man. Let's just talk about one definition. Good means love. If you think it's good, it's love. Why is that food good? Because it makes you feel loved. A lot of people eat because of love. This is one of the syndromes of being fat. They think food is love instead of food is nutrition. But if God is love, we've all heard that, then by definition, evil, the devil, is fear. So that's the battle. The forces of love versus the forces of fear. Choose your side. It's forever. How do you conquer evil? How do you win the battle? If it's eternal, can it be won? Well, This is the dilemma. This is the yin and the yang, the dark and the light. You battle fear with love. Anytime you're afraid, you want to start pondering love, thinking about love, self-love, the love of God, the love of others. It's odd when you thinking about loving others, it brings you closer to God. Because you put yourself into a place of love, into a realm of love. You think about love as a realm, as a dimension. You enter that dimension and you start thinking about it. So you conquer evil, you conquer fear, you conquer the devil with love. Those arrows hurt the devil. You don't conquer evil with evil. You can't. You can't conquer evil with evil. You can't conquer fear with fear. More fear isn't going to get rid of the fear that you're already in. If you're afraid right now, do you think if I make you way more afraid, or you made yourself way more afraid through your own anxiety, that would conquer the fear? You see the dilemma? Evil is fear. You want to fight against evil, you fight against it with love. Literally. You'll never get it if you don't understand that you have to love evil. Your love dilutes fear. Some of you just need to think about this for a while. Thanks for watching.